so far Queen injects is a big deal. Okay, so that's the gameplay I normally play. A sort of a rogue hydraulics play. Then what I don't do really is I don't go much for things like lurkers, simply because I kind of lack the experience for it. And that's it. I'm going to get Borrow and see what's that all about. Okay, and the whole supply cap mess is surely making everything extra difficult. And what about a hive? Mutate into hive A. In any case, that probably has to be changed for something else, so that I could distinguish a hive from lair without maybe looking at the picture. But actually the picture alone is kind of an indicator, really. So maybe it's not a complete disaster. Yeah, and if I select all of them, all the hatches, it wants me to just mutate them into
metamorphosis complete.
Into layers anyway, so I will have to select.
Metamorphosis complete.
The layer I want to mutate into hive anyway. Okay, so but that here it stayed. Unfortunate. And finally I met the enemy, and I have defeated them. Now I'm gonna go for many lurkers and a few more hydralisks. Okay, so that's the lurkers, and what next? I have hydralisks, and I think it's time for me to start moving on the enemy.
Mineral field depleted.
Everybody is moving together, but not exactly the way I want them to go. They should follow a hydralisk. If they clump up at the beginning, it's fine. Okay, let's go. And move in here. You see, they ended up staying behind. Quite a few of these lurkers did, when they should not be. Then this lurker needs to go.
Mineral field depleted.
These guys have to be managed very individually. The lurkers, I mean. Otherwise, it's going to be a mess. But when they hit good. they hit like tanks. Almost like cheap tanks, you know. With 36 against the armored, they are surely very, very devastating. Without a doubt. And that will be it, really. So, what can I say? The game mechanics have serious limits to how they don't move kind of with precision, and they clump up, they kind of block each other, they don't burrow on their own, and so on and so forth. So it is weird. It is weird. In any case, I'm going to do this build again. And so it begins.
We
What
require more minerals.
do I want to do?
Spawn more overlords.
Okay. Drone, overload drone, additional 3 drones.
More overlords.
I'm waiting now for that overload to finish, and I'm going to start from here. Then I'm going to move into a hatchery, an extractor, and just further drone up. Spawning pool is the next objective that I need to go for. Right there. Make sure it brings in the minerals. Additional drones now. Looks like I'm keeping my money at a bare minimum, which is good. And now waiting. It looks like this Zergling that's here has a tail now, the one that's morphing inside into a building. Okay, and now I'm waiting for the queens. Okay. It looks like while waiting for the queens at this point, if there's no harassment taking place, I can just, for example, type something about my YouTube channel. In any case, it wants me to go for another hatchery. Now, I think it's more of some kind of a
We require more minerals.
addiction to build a quick hatchery rather than the necessity, because it just kind of doesn't really make sense. So I'm going for a metabolic boost, pneumatized carapace, and the third hatchery. Because you see, I've just spent 300 minerals, and a good question is,
We require more minerals.
do I really need to do that? Do I really need to spend all that money? Well, no, I do not. because I most likely won't have enough money. I'm still kind of yet unsure about all the mechanics in here, but I suspect that it's problematic. Now the Roach Warren. So a Roach Warren on Evolution Chamber, then an Overlord, a Queen, extra Queen. I actually wanted it to build here. Also, I could get a few injects in. Let's mutate into lair, build a spore crawler, or spore crawlers everywhere, because the air harassment is a pretty big deal. And then I focus on the creation of 8 roaches. And I need 75 minerals for a roach. Okay. That's fine.
We require more.
I'm spending so much on the workers, I'm actually running out of stuff. So finally that's done. Now it wants me to build extractors. Fine, I'm gonna do that now. And I don't think that I have enough firepower. Oh wow, didn't have enough energy to transfuse. In any case, it did, however, nicely. Work things out. Now the overlord's dam is such a hassle. I don't have the overlord, so it looks like the next thing I need to go for is the Hydralisk Den and Lurker Den. Youth buildings I wasn't really doing, and the missile weapon has already been ordered. I need also Zerglings. Quite a few Zerglings. Alright. What's next? Another hatchery. Alright, let's go here and build another hatchery. And the Hydralisks with muscular augments. Now Hydralisk cost 100 minerals and 50 gas, so without a doubt it is quite expensive. Okay.
Mineral field depleted.
Things are not looking bad. Then it pretty much wants me to focus on things like lurkers, Hydralisks. I'm also going to add Brainlings into the mix. It looks like I have successfully worked things out. 8 Hydralisks can be done. What now? What else? I'm going for additional upgrades. Probably it's best to do 2 upgrades at a time, so I'm getting another one of these. And that's it. So Also, bending speed can go in. It looks like I was doing the inject so well that I'm running out of
We require more minerals.
things.
We require more
So,
minerals.
how much do I need? I need 150 here. How many workers do I have? I have 40 something workers. 49 workers.
Mutation complete.
Fine. And how things are looking? Things are not looking bad. How many workers do I need? Still don't know. Still don't know. But I suspect 70 would be the limit. 65 would be
We require
the the thing.
more minerals.
Now I need
More minerals.
at least 100 gas for a lurker, which is quite a bit. So in total, a lurker costs 150 minerals and 150 gas. So that's one of the premier units out there. Okay. And that's it. So let's start moving now. And probably the lurkers would have to be sent out to attack separately. So I'm trying to get them in close and start hitting. Okay, here can go into a hive without an infestation pit. And without an infestation pit I can't evolve adaptive talents. And these reduces the time lurkers take to borrow from 2 seconds to 0.7 seconds and increases movement speed by 10%. Alright, that's the thing here. And why do I need lurkers separately? Simply due to the fact that they all have to kind of borrow, you know what I mean? They have to borrow. And if they can borrow, that's fine. Now, what I'm else going to do is see how the commands work. So I'm going to borrow a group of these and see if I can select them by holding CTRL. If I will select all of them or only the ones that are borrowed. So it looks like I will select only the ones that are borrowed, which is pretty much what I want to know. So I will have to use them, use the CTRL key to manage lurkers in battle, because I only need the ones that are borrowed so that I can borrow them, and that's the whole thing. Oh wow, I think I ordered them to borrow. Well, once I press E, they are borrowed, and things are just fine. Alright. It looks like I've surrounded the enemy, and I am very, very nicely making sure everything's fine. It looks like all the units can't really move while borrowed, but that's not too bad. That was another base that they had. Done. Alright, So I'm moving into collections, announcers, and I'm going to select a Nova for this server. So I'm sure that's a European server, but I can't be 100% sure about that. There's also a newly added Russian one, and as far as I'm aware, there's only English, Korean, and Russian language, but there could be more, because I may have not went through all of these. In any case, that's what I have now.